And the BAFTA goes to I, Daniel Blake.
This is extraordinary. A huge thank you to the Academy, and from all of us, from all who made the film, starting with Paul and Rebecca, who wrote the script and produced, to actors and those who made it, and to the people in Newcastle, and to the distributors E1. And thank you to the Academy for endorsing the truth of what the film says, which hundreds of thousands of people in this country know, and that is that the most vulnerable and the poorest people are treated by this government with a callous brutality that is disgraceful. And it's a brutality that extends to keeping out refugee children that we promised to help, and that's a disgrace too. But films can do many things. They can entertain, they can terrify, they can take us to worlds of the imagination, they can make us laugh, and they can tell us something about the real world we live in. And in that real world, it's a bit early for a political speech, I'm sorry. but in that real world, it's getting darker, as we know. And in the struggle that's coming between the rich and the powerful, the wealth and the privileged, and the big corporations and the politicians who speak for them on the one hand, and the rest of us on the other, then filmmakers, and we're all filmmakers here, the filmmakers know which side they're on. And despite the glitz and the glamour of occasions like this, we're with the people. Thanks for this.
I, Daniel Blake, wins Best Outstanding British Film. And being the British Film Awards, this category is of huge importance to a lot of people in the auditorium there and a lot of people watching at home. Ken, how does it feel to have won?
Well, it's extraordinary because it was a very logistically small film to make, and you never know quite how a film's going to be received. But the response has been extraordinary, just because I think people know that it's telling the truth, and the human drama, apart from the politics, the human drama of a family that has to choose between keeping warm or not eating is intense, you know, and hundreds of thousands of people are suffering this. So to have this story told, it was a privilege for us to be able to tell it, really.
Okay. And Paul, I mean, some of the scenes that are in the film are things that you actually witnessed when researching.
Yes, I mean, the film is really the tip of the iceberg. I mean, there's many things that really struck us when we did the research. It wasn't just the return of scurvy and rickets and Victorian diseases. 16,000 people entering into hospital with malnutrition, which is almost unbelievable to hear. But the thing, that really shocked us was our most vulnerable and sickest people being assessed for their benefits by an American multinational, a rapacious organisation called Maximus. I mean, that's an absolute disgrace. So badly do they treat people that 60% of the appeals are successful. So that shows you the contempt they treat people. So there's many, many things that we could have done. We could be much worse. But we're very glad to be here today because we remember so many Daniel Blakes who inspired us.
Okay. I'm speaking of Daniel Blake himself. Yes. Dave, you're here. Congratulations. You've been live tweeting or something like that.
And all the modern stuff, I used to send pigeons a few years ago, but now I'm...
Dave, you're coming with the modern world. Dave, how much of a privilege was it to play this character? You did an absolute incredible job and to work with Ken.
I mean, it's been, when I started, when I did the casting for this, never in a million years I think I was going to get the job and to work with Ken and Hayley and the production team, because I'm a stand-up comic, I mean, I've been a stand-up comic for, 29 years and nobody's known who I was, Suddenly I do a Ken Loach film,
Very good.
I mean, if I'd been a spy, that would have been a brilliant career. But, so it's been fantastic and to work with a crew and sort of and have that collaborative type of work. It's been great. Yeah, loved
And
it.
50 years on, Rebecca, from Kathy Come Home. How
I didn't do
No,
Kathy
I
Come
know
Home.
you
I'm not
didn't,
that
but
old.
Ken's film. I mean, how important is it that we're still telling these stories of everyday people and their struggles, and getting these stories out there?
It's essential, and I
Yeah.
think we're really what's been really amazing with this one is that our distributors E1 have actually made the film available for community screenings. So not only have we had the release, and it's been a very special release because it's just been different. They've actually made it available for cheap for people to use as fundraisers, and they've had like over 400 community screenings in the last month, which has just been phenomenal. And so it's great to be able to have to actually reach out to people who are actually affected by the issues in the film, and that's been one of the special things about doing this one.
Fantastic. I could talk to you all night, but I think you have to go back because there may be more awards that you need to be there. Enjoy the rest of the night, and good luck to Hayley, of course,
so
as
much.
well.
Yeah.
Lovely
Guys,
to
thanks-
see
Thank
you.
you. Thanks a lot.
Thanks very much.